Welcome, listeners, to part one of our 4th of July special guest starring Rev of the Crit Show. It's a fictional heroism arc called Welcome to the Neighborhood. We are releasing part 1 today, and then part 2 will release next Monday, with the rest of the week following our normal schedule. Our promo for this week is the Monsters Playbook, a new Monster of the Week podcast that has joined the Cast Junkie server, and we're hoping to have some of the cast join us for a guest shot or two. Please enjoy.
My name is Johnny, and I'm the host, executive producer, and Prince of Lies for the Monsters Playbook. What's the Monsters Playbook? It's an actual play Monster of the Week podcast set in my hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where no monster can hurt you as badly as you can hurt yourself. It's a character-focused adventure where you'll meet Kira Ashwood, a journalist with a cult past she's desperate to atone for, and a secret power hidden even from herself. Casey Davis, a taciturn secret agent becoming disillusioned with the agency she thought she could trust. Theo Nessos, a professional sorceress trying to escape the shadow of her powerful magical family. And Mark Clayton, a pretty haunted introvert who just wants to make sense of his powers and all the weird things that keep happening to him. This is a show where danger could just as easily come from an otherworldly threat as from the fragile emotions that anchor our characters and bind them together. If you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Dresden Files, or any city-set supernatural story with monstrous threats and messy feelings, check out the Monsters Playbook. New episodes every other Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, back to the show.
Well, hello there, Poppers. Brian here. And guess what? I'm back in the GM seat. Again, against Sean's better judgment. I don't know why he keeps letting me do this, but I will gladly take it. And we're here for another special fictional heroism one-shot. This one is called Welcome to the Neighborhood, and I am joined by some great players. So, let's start with Nick. How about you give us an introduction to the character you're going to be playing for today's one-shot, please?
So today I will be playing Donnie Jameson, a 6'7", gray, pale-skinned, dreadnought-looking man of a thing. He goes by they, them, and he is the Summoned Playbook.
I think you're selling your intro a little short there, Nick, because we have been talking about it for a minute, and I've been dying to ask this. You said specifically that this looked like the Red Tyrant from Resident Evil canon. I wanted to ask, does he kind of resemble Mr. X with dreads?
I was thinking more like Mr. X with horns.
Love it. Okay, beautiful. And, next on my list. You know what? Someone who has actually not had a chance to play with me before yet in the GM seat. Crest, please introduce your character for us, please.
You really sound like you should be a radio talk show host. You know that? Hello, everyone. It's me, Crest. I'm back again. They can't seem to get rid of me. I joined the cast, apparently. Both in and out of the GMC. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at FantasyCrest. In addition to being a cast member on this podcast, I'm also editor and main dungeon master over at Many Stories, Many Games, which you can find us at Many Storgapod. We're primarily D&D based, but we're doing other things eventually. Today I am playing Neera, the exiled playbook, and her pronouns are she, her. And she is a woman with a body, and everything else will have to wait for the show.
I love the element of mystery, and you know what? Next, and I'm doing this for a reason, but Sean, would you be so kind to introduce your character for us, please?
I know what you're doing, Brian.
I was trying to be coy.
All right, yeah. Hey, Poppers, it's the producer of Dungeons and Pop. I have a thing I'll say when we finish introducing everyone, but I'm happy to be here for a special reason. But I'm also playing a very unique concept, I think, because I I am playing the Gumshoe, and I'm playing Enida Begeddon. But there's a unique thing to this character. Even though I'm using the Gumshoe playbook, a friend of mine told me I should have used either the Monstrous or the Summon, but I have a reason for the Gumshoe because I am playing one of the Chronicled, which is the name in our podcast that we've gotten approval from Ian from Shrimps of Crit to use for people that were fictional characters come reality. She was the antagonist of a really bad movie about a cartoon girl wanting to become a real person, and a magic user felt pity for her because of how bad the writing is, and actually when he looked into this movie, and clever people pick up what movie I'm talking about without actually saying it for copyright reasons, but found out there was lots of executive manipulation. So this magic user did a ritual to summon her into the real world. So she's kind of like a Nora vamp turned redemption arc as a Nora detective. As long as she follows her code, she looks human. The more she breaks it, the more she kind of reverts back to her original form.
The irony is lost on me that if you look in on my camera, right there in my back of my screen, there's an actual animation cell from the movie that he's talking about. That's signed by Ralph Bakshi. So, yes, Sean, I know exactly which character you're going as. I dare say that she's quite a Holly. And last but not least, we actually have a special guest today. And all jokes aside, I want to do a little special intro for them because besides John and Erik on Dungeons & Pop, I was always a little scared for going into this. And the special guest for this is on a show that actually was part of the reason why I felt wanting to get into the actual play world. So, without further ado, our special guest, would you please do us the honor of hearing your character?
Yeah, I'm Rev. I'm the host and GM of The Crit Show, which is an actual play podcast where we play Monster of the Week and other Powered by the Apocalypse games, all within the same dimension-hopping narrative. And I am here today to play one of the first characters I ever made, Fiddler. He is the Monstrous. He is a giant crab man. He's got one good hand and then one, like a fiddler crab, one giant claw. And he hails from the waters deep below, just outside of Russia. He was discovered during the war when a submarine went down, and he broke off from his collective to rescue these soldiers, and they kind of took him in and showed him the above ground world. And so my curse is that I have a dark master. The queen of us, the mother of us, whatever, doesn't exactly know that I've broken away because it's kind of a hive mind. But I have been living on the surface for a long time now. It's a good time. I'm enjoying it.
I love it. No, yes, brother Fiddler. I can see the soldiers very proud to have strong crustacean on the side.
And I will say, Rev is one of the reason why listeners DMP is still going. It was early on. I was just starting in to this community. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I reached out, and Rev me talked about things. We actually had earlier plans for the whole crew to be on here, but that may happen in the future because that's actually something that you might notice by the time this come out that Brian's going to mention in our next intro. We've changed our plan. We are no longer the place where nerd things happen. We're the podcast that wants to play with everyone.
And everyone is welcome. And you know what, Sean? Thank you so much for putting that in there. Because I think if anyone could say it best, it's you, actually. So, everyone, we are in Welcome to the Neighborhood. And before I actually read the hook of the mystery, I would actually like to take a little time to really get to know your characters because they're going to be recruited for the anti-biohazard team. But I don't just want to, flash forward to it. I want to go to that moment when you're recruited because this is a very serious matter about why you're being recruited. And so, Enida, before being recruited, what was Enida doing? Where was Enida? Take us into Enida's world presently.
Yeah, I guess I need to know, is there a specific area of the United States that she would be recruited in? Because I feel like she travels around a bit.
I am imagining Enida being recruited in Vegas.
She is, and I mean this in the most polite way, she is at the craziest buffet they have there, with the craziest, most unique things to try. Because she has probably been in Vegas, literally going on like a foodie hunt. Because while her personality traits from her original existence are dulled, she still likes to indulge in. She's kind of on a quest try it all.
Okay.
She's just a little less insane and likely to seduce someone to get a burger.
Perfect. So, Enida, while you're chowing down at this buffet we'll say...
I know what she's trying to do. She is trying... It's an egg roll, but it has lobster stuffed inside a piece of turkey, wrapped in bacon.
Jesus.
And...
That's so many conflicting flavors.
Oh, no, that is the worst part. The worst part about it is that the outside layer of it, before it becomes the egg roll, is cream of mushroom.
Okay, I want you to act under pressure now just to see how if all these flavors work together.
Dice roll, and the mission hasn't even started officially.
It's like the octo turducken lobster thing or
I wasn't
whatever
planning
it is.
this, but from hearing that combination of flavors, I have to do this.
What's weird is it's actually a dessert. He didn't mention that it's chocolate coated.
Oh,
wait, I did? I thought it said it was an egg roll.
he was just joking.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's a 9.
You know what? I'm not going to make you have to do the worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Surprisingly, it works. You're just... you just do like a shrug, and other patrons are just...
Everybody's looking at you in absolute horror as they're like,
exactly.
what the hell are you eating?
And Miss Enida, this is the moment when approaching... Are you at like a little one of those 2-chair tables by yourself?
Yeah.
Or in a booth?
I would say a 2-chair table.
Well, approaching your table now is what can be best described as a man in a straight out of time. He's wearing a 1940s zoot suit, and he has a little baby in a carrier on his chest. The little baby looks at you, looks down at your plate, and pulls out his pacifier and goes, "Miss Enida, I believe you're wasting your talents on flavors like these. Ha 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 ha. If you come with me, I believe I can give you a flavor that can't be beat. Ha 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 ha." Puts the pacifier back in his mouth.
I think Enida looks at the baby, and then he looks at the zoot suit, and I think she kind of like tilts her head and is like, sorry, I don't swing that young.
Raj, okay, so the man in the zoot suit looks at the baby and goes, "Is she talking to me or you? Because either way, I guarantee both of us are older than her."
I think she looks up at Raj, like, "Oh, no, I'm talking about him. You're too old for me."
Damn!
I can smell the desert off of you, sir.
And here I thought Neera was going to be the grump of the group.
Jesus.
The man in the zoot suit just like sniffs his pits, and he's just, "I guess it has been a while." And the baby pulls out his pacifier again and goes, "No, I assure you, Miss Enida, I have no interest in such things. Ha ha. I actually need your help. I need someone of your peculiar talents to help get me out of the, well, best way to say would be the hot seat. So will you please follow me? Or quite literally, my ass is grass. Ha 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 ha."
She kind of looks like she's going to say no, and then she rubs her head and she's like, "All right, I got a code to follow, but you better be telling me the truth. Last person who told me that, it was just that. It was hobo pie."
"I assure you, there is no kind of pie involved in what I have to ask of your favor, Miss Enida. Ha 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 ha. And to show you my seriousness, I will pay the bill of every person in this facility." He walks over and hands a black card to the clerk and goes, "I am covering the tab of everyone here." And he pays for everyone's food. "Now please, Miss Enida, follow with me. I am taking you to the library."
I think at that, she holds up a finger for a second and she walks over to the elite table and grabs that pizza with the gold flakes on it and leaves with it, half in her mouth, chewing it.
Okay. So Miss Enida has been picked up. And because of just what you were saying, Chris, we're going to go to Neera. Where is Neera right now?
At home, probably, so they have to come up to her front door. I don't know where her house is yet because I haven't decided.
Oh, you're really going to make me do this. Okay. For you, Neera, you hear a knock on your door.
From outside, you hear the sound of thump, thump, thump. The sound of 3 locks unlocking. And then the door only opens up a smidge because there's our door chain in the way. And a fair face and blue-violet eyes that almost seem to glow stare out. And what does Neera see?
For this encounter, Neera is going to see, riding on a very large dog, is what looks like a toddler in a bear onesie. "Well, hello there. Would your name happen to be Neera? You're as secretive as I was led to believe. Ha 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 ha.
The eyes blink once, twice, and then, you're with the zoot suit idiot, aren't you?
Why is everyone so repulsed by Mr. Raj? Yes, that is it. That is one of my coworkers.
Eyes glance up towards the sky, and then back down and says, well, it's not raining blood or fire, so it's not the apocalypse. What do you want?
I'm actually surprised by this. I actually thought you would be, this would take a little more work to get you to ask what this was for. I am here because I required your assistance for a job.
And I suppose the zoot suit idiot was too scared to come face me after getting his ass handed to him?
When I mentioned your name, Mr. Raj started crying and he has not left the restroom.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it?
I will not hold words with you, Miss Neera. This is exactly a 10.
She rolls her eyes and then she says, fine, but I'm not stepping into any building you and your associates own. We meet on neutral ground. And then she slams the door in his face.
Damn!
She's not stupid enough to make the same mistake Raggy did when he went after her.
Okay. We'll figure out a way for this. Come on, Hachiko. We'll figure out a way around this. I believe she does not like you. Shut up, Hachiko. Ha 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 ha. Now, let's go to Fiddler. Fiddler, where are you right now?
I think I am on a beach, like on the coast, just like knee deep in the water, picking some stuff out of it and tasting it.
Alrighty. Leonidas, would you dress for the beach or would you still be in your normal battle gear?
I mean, he's not taking the duster off in the pants for shit. That man does not get in the water unless absolutely necessary. And even then, he's going to have on scuba gear and, like the normal, like, diving.
Are you serious? He's wearing all that and still dressed for the beach. I love it.
No. He's in his ostrich leather boots. He's in his Wrangler jeans. He's in his duster, his frilled duster, and the flannel button down. I mean, you gotta conceal all the guns somewhere, man.
Okay.
That grenade launcher's pretty obvious.
Fiddler, you see that approaching you, but holding his hand is what looks like to be a little 3-year-old wearing a little striped bathing suit.
Oh, be careful. This beach, it was contaminated in a spill.
Oh, yeah? What kind of spill we talking about there?
There's some kind of chemical. It's in the water and in the sand. Now I'm kind of testing it, cleaning a little bit. It doesn't burn too bad, but I wouldn't get in if you don't have toughness to you, huh?
Leonidas is going to walk straight over to the water and staring Fiddler dead in the fucking eyes. He's going to take off one of his ostrich leather boots, roll up his jeans, and he's going to stick his entire leg into the water, maintaining eye contact with Fiddler the entire time.
Back under pressure, Leonidas. You and Sean.
I have a +3 tough. I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. And
oh yeah, I mean that's a 12. I got a 6. I got a 6, a 6, a 3, and a +3.
I'm just gonna put this as cartoony as possible. When he puts his foot in, whatever chemical was in there retreats in fear from his foot. We want no part of that. Well,
see, look, like Chuck Norris, my friend, like Chuck Norris. Water runs from me.
You have a +3, cool.
He put it all into that. You're going to learn why this character is like this. He actually has a nickname. So
I thought you said you had +3 tough.
I have +3 cool.
Oh.
The wolf and him have nicknames for the organization you're working for. And there's a reason why the baby's recruiting you.
Oh, let me take a picture real quick for you, Rev.
So the baby goes, oh no, if this could work like Godzilla and we got more like you, that would be a good thing. Ha 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 ha. But I will have to settle just for asking for your help, Mr. Fiddler.
Oh, I don't think this is the kind of stuff that like makes things like me. It just kind of destroys the things that people want to eat.
You look like it. The little baby looks like his reality has just been shattered. Well, okay then. But Mr. Fiddler, would you like to have a job? I believe I have an offer that could benefit us both in the long run.
Oh, interesting. What kind of job is it?
Well, someone of your look and talents, have you ever thought of working and hunting the ones that go bump, but the bad ones that go bump in the night?
Oh, yeah, I've had a few encounters, none of them really good. It's come up before. You like putting together. I saw in the theaters. Are you like the Samuel L. Jackson? You're putting together a team of special people.
Yes, exactly that.
Okay.
And to put even more emphasis on this, you are the team that is going to save my ass because I am in the big boy trouble. Ha 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 ha
ha ha ha ha. And I do a dead laugh with him and then look at Donnie.
Oh, no. This is, that's Leonidas.
This is Leonidas. This is actually...
Yeah.
This is a second character for one shot that Cap's running.
So with Fiddler recruited, we're going to come to Donnie. Donnie! What is Donnie doing?
So I feel like Donnie is just an angry rage monster. So I feel like he's in like some sort of USC gym or like a gym of some sort, just beating the crap out of punching bags. Think like a la Captain America when he's just one-shotting punching bags off of the thingamadoodle. He's just in a leather tank top and gym shorts.
Love it. So approaching you, at first all you hear is a ow, 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 ow. Can you please let go? Ow, 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 ow. And you see a teenage girl holding a baby by his ear. Well, not really a baby. I'm sorry. He's a toddler because he's just like on his tippy toes walking as she's pulling his ear. And she is pissed.
Let go of me, Mom. Let go of me, Mom. Fuck.
He's just ow, 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 ow. Well, this is your plan. It's like, this is your mess. And you told me this is how you're going to fix it. So ask him. She lets go of his ear. Owie, owie, ow. Well,
I think all of our listeners was waiting for that to eventually happen to Solomon.
Yeah.
He has tears in his eyes. His cheeks are red. He's just, Mr. Donnie, can I ask for your help, please? He looks back at the girl. She's staring daggers at him, just tapping her toe. Just when I get your ass back home.
Donnie is going to get into a crouch, and he's still going to be taller than the child, even in a crouch. But he's going to look down at him, and he's going to be like, "Did somebody make an oopsie? I'm
in the big boy trouble, Mr. Donnie. Please help me."
He's going to pat Solomon on the head, and he's going to be like, "When and where?"
Perfect. With this is when I will now read the hook, everyone. A quiet suburb of Beverly Hills. It is early dawn, and Billy the paper boy is making his routes. He passes by the point on his route that gives him the perfect view of that new house on the hill. It really gives him the creeps, everything about it. He continues on his route. He passes by the Henderson house, and there's Mr. Henderson with his pipe and his bunny slippers, waving Billy on. Billy reaches the next home on his route and throws the paper, but is just shy of the porch. He walks onto the lawn of the home. That's funny. Billy really doesn't remember this one. Billy hears a cough. Mr. Henderson gives his chest a light pat as he lets out a cough and looks towards Billy. Just a bike is left. Just another day in the neighborhood. And because of Neera, where would Neera like to meet? What would be like, would a diner be okay with Neera?
Yeah, that'll work. But Neera has to be the first one there because I have a thing I want to do.
Neera, take us away.
So I imagine when this motley group walks in and you see Neera, you see a lithe woman with a fair face. Brown hair, sort of short brown hair is pulled back into a braid. And she has glowing blue-violet eyes. And because the exile had to pick a style of clothing, I picked mismatched. So today, she is wearing an honest-to-God Grecian toga. And you can clearly see a black spandex bicycle short. She's also wearing black steel-toed combat boots, a black army beret, and she has black sunglasses perched on the edge of her nose. And sitting on the table is a messenger bag that is very clearly handmade because of how it is a mishmash of god-awful patterns and colors. And as you enter, she snaps the book shut she was reading. It vanishes. Where to go? Who knows? She picks up her mug of coffee and takes a sip from it, and she pushes up the sunglasses up the bridge of her nose, and they flash white in the light as she stares at the group approaching.
Okay. Neera, you're going to be the center of attention, huh? I love this description because this is going to be very important. So, Neera, the first one you're going to see is you, of course, recognize the little toddler in there he is riding that big, enormous dog. And this time you can get a really good look at him. He is a Japanese Akita, but the only thing is he's the size of a dire wolf. And he has like a mechanical device on his neck. And like when he first like walks into the door, you hear the person in the diner go, "Hey, no, oh shit, that Hachi. What's up, Hachi?" "Hello, diner clerk. Bring me my usual." And he keeps walking, and then he like lays down next to where you guys are going to be at. I imagine it's a pretty big booth. He just lays down near the end of it, puts his head down, and Solomon looks over to Leonidas and goes, "I need upsies." He's holding his hands up like this.
Leonidas looks at him and goes, "God, fuck. All right, come here." Picks him up, sets him on his shoulder.
I have to know, what was their reaction when Neera pulled the Megane?
The dog got a really mischievous smile because he's just, oh.
Leonidas is just kind of like, meh.
Hachi's going to look at Leonidas and go, "Doesn't this remind you of what we went through in Japan?"
A little bit, but it's not my place, and that's not what we're here for, so I'm going to ignore it.
"Hello, Miss Neera. Raj said he would rather burn in the ninth circle of hell than be in the same room as you."
Yeah, Raj seems to be slightly terrified of you for some reason.
Her lips quirk up ever so slightly.
"And granted, I was told to maybe hold off on inviting you, but I assured them that you are the perfect fit for this team. They will benefit greatly from your assistance. And now, please, everyone else, could you please introduce yourselves to each other?" Ha 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 ha.
God, that fucking laugh.
Hachiko just goes, "God damn it, Solomon." Who would like to go first in their introductions?
I reckon I could.
Donnie, take it away.
So I think Donnie is no longer in the gym shorts and leather tank top. Now, the gym shorts have been replaced by, I'm trying to think of the name of what they're called. They're like the leather like biker pants. The really baggy ones. You know what I mean? They're like the Kevlar leather mixture. And then he's got on a leather sports jacket, like not a tight fitting jacket, but a jacket like that. On his back is I'm trying to think of the measurement, like between 6 and 7 foot naginata slung across one end. He's got a magnum on one hip, and then across the naginata is a minigun.
I imagine, so Leonidas is just going to look at Donnie and just give a nod like, yes.
Oh yeah, Leonidas sees this and he goes, "Holy shit." And I thought I was prepared. And Leonidas is going to flip his duster open for a second so that the grenade launcher and all that falls out at Donnie. I think at this moment they lock eyes and Donnie's like, "Respect." And then they give each other predator the predator handshake, the whole arm. And then Donnie sits down across from Neera.
Hachiko whines because Leonidas has a new friend. He's just,
Leonidas looks at Hachiko and goes, "Don't worry about it. Nobody's as badass as you, bud."
The dog puts his head back down. Who will be next to introduce themselves to the group?
And he is barefoot. I want to make that extremely clear.
The diner workers just, "Solomon, you owe me for this, man, because those feet are gross, dude."
You try finding a size 16 and a decent boot.
"My beautiful floors, man."
I think Enida starts to enter, but then she stops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she doesn't look at first. She's like taking a swig from her flask of alcohol. She stops for a moment and then looks up at if I remember the description, hulking figure before her. And I think you see the first time she smiles as she looks over and goes, "Fiddler? Are you?" I thought our connection is that we worked on a case together. He saved her from water because she's afraid she might actually dissolve in water.
I love it.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Good. And I think she just hugs him, and like it's a friendly hug. There's no like manipulativeness behind it.
Love it.
Yeah, and Fiddler is dressed a la Ben Grimm when he tries to sneak out and like do stuff. It's just a big trench coat and a hat, because there's really not much you can do to conceal the fact that you're a giant crab man.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, how do the mundanes react to this side of this thing?
Okay, so
The side of this thing, excuse me.
Sorry, to the abnormalities in the world.
So the diner that specifically was picked, this is part of the Avery family, and anyone who happens to remember the name of Bud Avery, Sean,
Yes. Oh.
I know that one.
So this person who works here is just, I've seen all this shit before. My uncle's a ghost.
That was me asking above game.
But yes, this is Coors Avery. This is the Coors Diner.
Oh God.
He's completely fine with all of this. He's seen worse.
Oh yeah.
There's an Avery out there that's named Light, isn't there?
Yep.
That's like a serial killer.
Something like that. Also, I realized I made a error. It's the Noda tribe, not the Naginata.
Oh God damn it.
I got them mixed up.
Enida is wearing a black, I think it's called a crop. No, is it a crop top? It's like it's like a sports bra. I can't remember.
The trainer?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because she has kind of like a 2-section skirt of red and gray. It sticks out, but it's weirdly nondescript with a open jacket over it and a scarf around her neck, thigh-high brown leather boots. I think that's something that she got after she asked for suggestions. Like, okay, what can I wear that they're actually waders. They're leather boots that are treated so they're essentially she can go up to her knees without having to worry about getting wet. Black slacks, or no, not black slacks, black term I'm thinking of. Pantyhose?
Leggings.
Yeah. Leggings with 2 fingerless red gloves, bluish hair, and a pair of those sunglasses where they just sit on the nose, and a black and blue cap.
Neera finally sets the mug of coffee down as the white sheen on the sunglasses finally fades. And Jay says to Enida, "Nice skirt, kid."
You're going to be the saucy one of the group. Ha 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 ha. Well, I have gathered you all here because I am assembling a new anti-biohazard team because my normal team is actually out in the middle of a mission. They are dealing with a fairy in the tooth variety at the moment. But for you, as I have told a couple of you, I am in the big boy trouble because a couple of months ago, well, I thought it was just a shooting star. And I was just, no big deal. I don't need to worry about this. But it actually landed in the hills near the suburbs of Beverly Hills. And ever since then, we have been getting numerous reports of many people disappearing in this neighborhood. And let's just say my mother, Greta, said my ass is grass. He starts crying a little.
Okay, at the risk of potentially derailing this so soon, one of the moves Neera picked as the exiled is learned. You researched all the legends and tales of monsters in your hometown, so can I roll to see what might be going on with the shooting star and
hit me with it.
Disappearing people?
Hit me with it.
What do I roll?
Oh, okay. So that will be 2d6.
No, I meant like investigate a mystery or just straight roll.
So it's an ability?
Yes.
And it doesn't say underneath it, investigate a mystery or anything? Because if not, just roll a...
Oh, no, it does say investigate a mystery. Whoops.
Perfect. Give me that investigate a mystery roll.
6 and a 5 for an 11, because I have a 0 sharp.
Okay, then. So this allows you to learn about local mysteries of the creatures and everything. So I will let you know this. You've heard rumors that there may be potentially creatures that attach themselves to meteorites, and that a potential author was inspired by what landed with these meteorites. And in his works, he might have called these things by a name. It's on the tip of your tongue. A Shoggoth. But that's only just little rumors you've heard. And those things were always blobs when you heard about them. So that's what you know about meteorites.
You broke Crest.
No, it's not that. I'm typing.
I'm watching you, Brian.
I'm a note taker. Anyways, Neera doesn't say anything about this.
You're so mean, Neera. But yes. And so I will let you know right now, the reason why these two are my escorts is because these are essentially going to be the last resort. Mama told me that unless this is solved by midnight, these two will be released upon the neighborhood. This is Leonidas. He holds one little hand to Leonidas, pointing at him, and then he goes, and this is Hachiko. They are known in the library as Scorched Earth. And whenever we send them out, they destroy everything. And Leonidas, what clearance were you authorized for again?
They gave me level 1. And a very gleeful smile plays across Leonidas's mouth, and he's like, I get to play with Candy and Andy.
The baby is holding his hands in his head and in his face. He's just, yes. So, to prevent this from happening, I have been allowed clearance to allow your newly formed team to go in and try to solve the issue. If you can solve this before these two are unleashed, you will be our new official anti-biohazard team, and I will be able to sit for the foreseeable future. Solomon's not laughing anymore. That's how serious this is.
Right, so if we don't figure this out, you're going to let these two loose and they're going to kill a bunch of innocent people?
Whoa, Fiddler. I don't kill innocent people, but collateral damage is a thing, and when the twins start spooling up, things just happen to happen. But also, I have...
Yeah, as a player, I'm not comfortable joking about shooting people, just saying, with everything going on.
Oh, no. Okay, no. It's when I say collateral damage, I mean damage to buildings, not lives.
They blow stuff up.
Not lives.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. We try to save people, but there's a lot of building damage.
Oh, no. Hachiko just pokes his head up and goes, I am fast.
Neera's sunglasses slide down a little bit and thoughtful eyes take them in. Does Leonidas have the super sword on hand?
Oh,
you know what? Just to take a quick second, real quick, just to let everyone know, I don't do intense violence and gore. Granted, I do horror and stuff. That's one of my lines, and that would be a dead line. Just lots of...
You set these two people to do scorched earth that has a very specific meaning, so...
No. I get what you're saying. I meant it in the lines of like
you mean like everyone was evacuated from a 3-block area and they plan to rebuild the buildings afterwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna pay to have everything that we destroy fixed. It might take a bit, but I mean,
that's why it's a problem for Solomon, is because he has to be the one to do all the paperwork to pay for all the collateral damage.
Gotcha.
And it's just a general mess.
This isn't something they're just going to go in, cause devastation, and then leave it alone. They're going to,
and all that devastation results in the loss of family photos, which are the one thing they can't replace.
Oh,
unfortunately.
My question for Neera still stands: does Leonidas have the super sword on hand?
Are you talking about Leonidas or Donnie? Because they both have swords. One of them has a very specific sword.
Whoever. I remember it was him and the dog in the Sakura prologue.
Oh, he's asking about the Kusanagi.
Oh, yes, I do have the Kusanagi.
Okay.
I do indeed.
So thoughtful blue-violet eyes taking the duo of them, and she particularly eyes your blade, but she doesn't say anything.
I don't know that Leonidas would necessarily notice that.
The good news is I will not be sending you in blind. We actually have a contact for you guys. One of Hachiko's former packmates. No. Solomon, you promised. Not Bobby. Yes. You will all be meeting Hachiko's former packmate, Bobby. I believe you will all like him very much. He's a very nice former werewolf.
You will not like Bobby at all. Guys, I'm just gonna... Leonidas is literally trying to get it out quicker than Solomon can say it. He's like, do not listen to the toddler. You are not going to like Bobby. He is not fun. Don't listen.
Ignoring this particular drama, Neera looks at Solomon and says, and how often would we, your biohazard team, be called into duty?
I need to know, are you all accepting the mission before I say my next statement?
I think Donnie is going to look at Fiddler and go, as long as Crabman's in, as long as Fiddler's in, the monster's in. There we go.
You mean Donnie? You forgot Donnie. So, Enida, are you in?
I think she looks at the group. She glares at Neera before. I think there's a moment where she goes, so you know the old man, the scent of sand. I think as like a power move, you see her take a long and then I'm in here. I'm in if my friend here's in. Someone's got to look out for the big lug.
That's not fair, guys. You're all putting it on Fiddler.
I don't have a problem. I kind of spend some time, making sure that things in the environment should be there. This seems like something that is in the environment it shouldn't be, so it makes sense.
Well, it's lucky that you say that, Mr. Fiddler. And to answer your question, Neera, I would be calling upon you a lot in the future because there are many agents of the worm that need to be taken down.
One eyebrow goes up because I don't think she knows anything about the worm yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Enida goes completely pitch white, like all the color literally drained out of her body. And she has a moment where she literally just kind of looks like a cartoon in front of him. Looking at her, everything just looks a little exaggerated. She's got that uncanny valley feel.
There is a deep sigh from Neera. She picks up the coffee mug, drains it, slams it down, and says, "Fine, what the hell, at least this time I can actually take control of my own destiny, and I'm running out of arts and crafts projects anyway."
Solomon's really curious about why Miss Enida has gone white, but he's going to leave it alone. You seem like...
She's a detective that literally her whole... I think that Solomon would know because of her code.
Oh.
What little she knows of the worm, it's literally the antithesis of her code, because that's why she's sticking around for front Fiddler, because as a gumshoe, her one code is to protect everyone's stories as you wish your creator did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's also something that she respects about Fiddlers. They're both kind of like, we're here to protect everything we can in our specialty.
Perfect. Okay.
So are we just directed to our contact and we leave the others here?
What Solomon's going to provide for you all is he's going to look at Neera and then look over at Enida, looks back at Neera and goes, "You'll be the prospective buyer. You're going to need to be the prospective buyer for the neighborhood. Mr. Fiddler, if you could just stay in the car."
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
You two, Enida and Donnie, I think you might pass, but one other thing I was just going to let you know now, Miss Neera, you might get a lot of stares. But don't worry, I'm sure everything is fine. But we have an escort provided for you right outside if you'll take the vehicle right outside. They'll take you right outside the neighborhood that you're going to be going to, and Bobby will be waiting for you there.
Well, cool. That sounds cool. Donnie's like, now that he's not actively trying to scare Solomon, he's just like, I'm just gonna chill with Fiddler in the car. I'm gonna let them do it. People tend to freak the fuck out when they see me. I'm surprised none of y'all at the table have freaked out from seeing me. So yeah, I'm gonna chill with Fiddler.
A lot of stairs. That's a good thing, though. All these car rides today, I'm not getting my steps in.
We can hit the gym after this if you want, Fiddler.
Nice.
I got a real nice setup.
I think Enida just kind of looks at Donnie and goes, "Oh, Donnie, is that what they said on this thing?" And I think she looks at his folder, and I think Solomon might recognize this. She shouldn't have this.
Donnie sees that, and his already very pallid gray skin goes even grayer somehow. And he's like, "Where'd you get my file from?"
So he goes, it was being guarded by a toddler. Like, you say stealing from a baby is a thing for a reason, I'm told.
Yeah, no, you don't need to know what's in that folder.
Donnie, I'm gonna be straight with you. And she puts her hand on your shoulder. Where I'm from, you are probably the normalest thing there.
Wait, so...
Oh, shit. Donnie just kind of stutters for a second, and he's like,
And then she's like, I've seen an exotic dancer made completely out of worm. Let's put it that way.
So, quick question. Has Neera left the building yet?
No, because she has to be the last to leave. Because I have a thing I want to whisper to Leonidas as I do.
Okay, you're going to catch it then. Because he can't hide in the little front pocket now of Solomon's overalls. A little figure pokes his head out and goes, "This is oh shit, Neera!"
Who?
You see, there's a little mini Raj in Solomon's front pocket. He just pokes his head back down. So don't say nothing.
You know nothing.
She ignores that. So, is it just Neera, Solomon, Leonidas, and Hachi, I think?
Yes.
Okay. She gets up, and as she does, she brushes past Leonidas, and she whispers something in his ear that's kind of soft for the others to hear. Too soft for the other three to hear.
Ooh.
So Hachi might hear it because he's a dog, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She says, you should be careful with that sword. Blades like those ask a heavy price of their masters.
And Leonidas is going to look at her and go, you don't think I've already found the price and paid it? And that's all he's going to say.
She doesn't say anything and she just keeps walking.
Raj pokes his head back out from the overalls and goes, just for the trips, guys. This is mean.
Nah, Raj, she's cool. She, you know a lot of stuff just because of how old you are and everything like that, but Neera knows more. And there's a lot more that just isn't clear, we'll say.
Well,
Brian, did you share with them who Neera is?
Nope.
Okay.
I love surprises.
No, I'm kind of piecing things together, possibly, and
they're smart, Chris. You can't just do a mystery. They solve things too quick. Now, I actually need to ask you guys, as you're approaching the neighborhood in the vehicle, because we're flashed to that now, would anyone like to investigate a mystery for me?
Well, sure. Let me go find my dice. Oh, dice. And I have a +1 to sharp. So,
and this is open for everyone. Everyone who would like to investigate a mystery is welcome to roll.
I don't give myself any much luck, but okay.
Oh,
yeah. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you're looking out the window, I just need to know how much you see.
7.
So you got a 7.
I got a 7 as well.
You got a 7 as well. But so, Neera, Donnie, you're actually in a pretty large Hummer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Depending on which window you're looking out. For the life of you, you thought you saw someone that looked straight out of Pleasantville with the biggest, weirdest grin on their face looking at you. But when you looked back, they were gone. So you're just, did Solomon give me something? Was there something in that food in that diner? You don't know. But you thought you saw something out there.
I don't like that.
You're continuing on, and you're reaching this big, beautiful gates for the neighborhood you'll be going into the suburbs. And you're approaching a security guard car. You can hear the music well before the car door opens. All you hear is just the most funkiest beat you could ever imagine. And as the door opens, you see a big puff of hair first, then what looks like a pair of bell bottoms, then more afro, more bell bottom, and then finally, an afro about like out to here. And the security guard wearing his bell bottoms starts approaching the guy's Hummers and goes, "Oh, y'all must be the boppers here to meet the big old baby. I'm very old, baby. Where's my little Hachi? Oh, Hachi not here. I can't smell him."
Brian? I love him.
Oh, is this who I think it is?
So he's looking at the car and goes, "Now who's going to be my contact to be approaching the realtor agent for me now, Bob?"
Not even blinking at this man's appearance, Neera gets out and says, "That would be me. Let's get this over with."
Well, listeners, it looks like pardon the pun, the Rev Rangers have assembled. What mysteries will they encounter in the neighborhood, and why is that gate looking at people? Gates don't look at people. Find out next Monday on part 2 of Welcome to the Neighborhood. You can find Dungeons and Pop at Dungeons Pop on Twitter and on your podcast app of choice. You can also join us on our Discord social club and maybe even join for a game and get your chance to be on a podcast if only once. Thank you for listening, and if you enjoyed our show, please leave a review.